Hello everybody, my name is Katrin Wagner. I'm the course coordinator for the Art and Design History major at Liverpool Hope University, and it's my pleasure to welcome you today to this virtual talk to give you a bit of an overview of what we're doing in art and design history at Liverpool Hope University. Down there you have my email address. It's wagnerk@hope.ac.uk. Should you have any questions, please email me and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Right, okay, so normally we would welcome you for our open days, applicant days. We would welcome you to the Creative Campus of Liverpool Hope University. Because we can't do it this year, I want to give you at least some idea of the beautiful scenery and the beautiful park and garden that we have at the Creative Campus. So just some pictures here for you. So the Creative Campus is the city campus, so to say, of Hope University, and it's located very, very closely to the city centre. So it's very, very ideal for access to public transport. Lime Street Station is just a 10-minute walk, but also bus station and so on are very, very easy to get to. At the Creative Campus, we have a gallery, our own gallery space, with a very, very busy exhibition program, and that is something that we're very proud of, and that is a wonderful facility to exhibit student work, but we also have exhibitions of national and international artists at the Creative Campus. The Creative Campus houses a broad range of creative subjects and a variety of extracurricular activities. So we are sharing the campus with subjects of music, drama and performing arts, film and visual culture, and we have quite a lot of festivals, activities happening every year. So, for example, the Angelfield Festival of Music, Performance and Art takes place every year and attracts a broad range of performers from all around the world, and our students are very, very actively involved in this festival. So the reason why you're here today is you want to know, well, why should I study art and design history at Liverpool Hope University? And I want to give you some idea of what you can expect when you come to study with us, and also I want to talk a little bit about the things that we do differently at Hope University. So first of all, talk a little bit about teaching and learning, and I'm proud to say that we have very high standards of teaching and learning. So all members of staff hold a qualification at doctoral level. Several staff hold teaching qualifications and are either fellows or senior fellows of the Higher Education Academy. We are a team of national and international art historians, and as you can probably hear from my accent, I'm a foreigner, so to say. I'm German. I studied art history in Berlin, at the Free University in Berlin. Then I worked in Berlin, in New York, in various places before I came to Hope University. The expertise in our team is quite unique and covers a broad range of years. We could say the last 1,000 years of Western art and design history. All members of staff are research active, so we write our own papers, our own books, we present our findings at conferences, and our teaching is research informed. Yeah, so it will be part of our teaching, our research. Good. So I already mentioned that we cover quite a broad range in our curriculum in terms of the time frame, and we start quite early. We start in antiquity. So the reason why we do this is not because we want to go get through 1,000, 2,000 years of art history in the shortest period of time and really do a survey course. So this is not what we want to do, but it's very, very important for us to make sure that our students understand the origins of where our European culture comes from and where we are, we are rooted, so to say. So to understand major movements in the 19th and 20th, 21st century that we will certainly focus on, but to understand those, we have to go further back and we have to look into antiquity. We're looking into the Renaissance, for example, into the early modern period. It's not the focus of the course, so it's we go through this quite quickly, but it's important for us to make those connections and to really have an informed knowledge and to make certain connections, most certainly. We are one of the very few courses in the UK that combine art and design history. Yeah, so that's a very important aspect of our course, and we also do various visits throughout the year to art institutions in Liverpool, for example, the Tate, the Walker Art Gallery, the Open Eye Gallery, the Blue Coat. So this year, of course, we had to, we can't take our students in person to those places, but we have still organized virtual visits with our partners in those institutions and deliver guest talks, virtual talks, and so on. But when everything goes to normal, we will go back to visit those art institutions on a very, very frequent level. We also do overseas study visit, normally once a year this is done. So we go to various places in Europe. For example, we've been to Berlin many times, been to Barcelona and Paris. So this is something that students can do. There's no obligation, but our students really, really like this opportunity to go once a year abroad. We also offer a study abroad program which students can take during the second year, and this is something that I would always recommend. I've done this myself when I was an undergraduate student. I studied 1 year at the University of Siena in Italy, and it was a wonderful experience that really has shaped me as an academic. My understanding has broadened my horizon. So I would definitely recommend this to everybody. So if you're interested in studying abroad, this is something we can facilitate in your second year of study. Another feature that is quite unique to our course at Liverpool Hope University is that art and design history students work very closely with practical students, so with fine art students, design students, also with graphic design students, for example. Because these students also take art and design history, and we want our majors, our ADH majors, to have a good understanding of how practitioners work, because we think that this will benefit you one day when you get out and have to work with those professionals. You have a very good understanding of how they work and what their needs are. For example, you work in a gallery setting. So this is something very beneficial, we think. So here are just a few pictures of institutions, art institutions in Liverpool, in case you're not familiar with the city. So this first picture here is the Walker Art Gallery, just a 7-minute walk from the Creative Campus. So we go there very often with our students, and our students go there individually. It's a fantastic museum. Of course, we have the Tate Gallery in Liverpool, and we have a exclusive partnership with Tate. So again, visiting very often this gallery, and we get talks by the curators there, and get special access to exhibitions and so on. The Blue Coat in the city centre of Liverpool. Then we have the Lady Lever Art Gallery, another museum of National Museums Liverpool, over on the Wirral in Port Sunlight. And finally, we have the Museum of Liverpool, not too far from the Tate, very close to the Mersey River. So, what are we doing in those 3 years of study? So, of course, we start with our first year, and when you arrive at Liverpool Hope, the key component of your first year of study is a lecture series that is entitled Themes and Issues in Art and Design History. It's 1 hour lecture and 1 hour seminar, and I already mentioned that we start our curriculum in antiquity, but it's not done in a survey-like format. So we always try to look at the curriculum, or for example, this lecture series in a quite a thematic way. So, for example, when we look at antiquity, then we look at the human body, and how was the human body seen in antiquity, how was it idealized, how was this reflected in the art that was produced at the same time. Yeah, so it's looking at these kind of or it has this approach, our lecture series. Then we have the what we call the close-up lecture, which is on the same day normally as Themes and Issues. And in the close-up lecture, as the name says, we pick something out from the morning lecture and look at this in much more detail. For example, we might just look at one painting, but in a lot of depth. Yeah, so we think that is very important to not always go through a lot of material, but sometimes really take the time to have an in-depth look at some very specific material. Then we have our contemporary practices lecture series, which is yeah, something like a counterbalance, if you want, to Themes and Issues. So Themes and Issues is our historical element, and then contemporary practices, as the name says, looks at the art from the last, let's say, 50 to 20 years. And again, what we try to do here is to approach this thematically. So we try to have a connection to the Themes and Issues lecture. So just go back to my example, the example that I gave you by of looking at the human body, and we pick this up in contemporary practices and look at contemporary modern ways of dealing with the body, of body images, gender issues, and so on. Yeah, so you can see there is a real connection. It doesn't work with every topic, but very often in contemporary practices there is a link to the historical period, and this is really what we want our students to understand, is this kind of holistic idea of art history, and that we want to build up knowledge that then eventually students can apply onto other periods and other movements. Yeah, so this is something that we start looking at in our first year of study. Then we have a study skills tutorial. So we have study skills tutorials in all 3 years. They are very important. We want to support our students as best as possible for the assignments. Yeah, so in those tutorials we're looking mainly at assignment preparation, exam preparation, but also very important skills like reading skills and interpretation and so on. Good. Looking at the second year now, level 2. So in level 2 we have another lecture series, but this one is quite special and we're quite proud of this, and it works really well. And this lecture series is called Special Topics in ADH. And what we've done here, we have asked all our members of staff, or 4 members of staff, let's put it this way, to design a special topic for 6 weeks by really using their expertise. And so we have 6 weeks, for example, where one of my colleagues looked at drawing and drawing theory, drawing history. And we had one special topic that is running right now on objects. Yeah, so the role of objects as means and important elements of our visual culture. And I will do a special topic later this year on propaganda in the visual arts. And another colleague of mine will look at feminism and gender. So you can see this is quite specific. Yeah, so now we're in the second year, and these special topics are very popular among our students. In the second year, we also introduce an element which is quite unique, professional practice for art and design history. And here starts what I outlined before, so where our students, our ADH major students, work together with fine art students, with design students, with graphic design students, and look at quite practical issues here. So I don't know, things like fundraising and organizing an external exhibition, finding the venue. So everything that is connected to setting up an exhibition. Yeah, but we could also look at things like, preparing a symposium or a short mini conference and producing some publications for this. So it's quite practical, and it's about this kind of really enhancing the professional development of our students. And finally, again, we have this study skills tutorial. And in the second year, we start preparing the special study, which is the third year. It's our dissertation that we have in the third year. We call it the special study, and we have made the experience that if we start preparing this in the second year already, and students start thinking about what topic they want to choose, how they want to work on this topic, that this really benefits students in the third year when the special study has to be written and has to be submitted. Good. In our third year, we have a lecture series which is called Museum and Gallery Studies. The name says it, so we're looking in depth at curation and so everything around museum and galleries that is important. We have quite a lot of guest speakers coming to this lecture series from various institutions in Liverpool and other parts of the Northwest. So a very, very interesting element. Then again, we do professional practice for art and design history. I get some guest speakers in to prepare students really for the world of work that they have to enter then very soon. So for example, this year we have the director of the Dot Art Gallery in Liverpool coming to us and talking about her experience of setting up a gallery and running a gallery in the city centre of Liverpool very, very successfully for various years. And we have self-employed art historians coming in and talking about their experience and what is important to know about self-employment. We have sessions on publications and how to approach publications, how to write them, where you can kind of submit them. Yeah, so as you can see, it's very, very practical. And we have, of course, a 1-hour seminar on aesthetics as well. And again, our study skills tutorial, which is very much focusing on the special study dissertation in the third year. Good. Professional practice. I already said a bit about this previously. The activities, I already outlined a few of them, but the activities can vary. So co-curating of an exhibition is one thing with fine art students. So identifying, arranging external value, writing the catalogue, for example, fundraising. I mentioned the arranging of a symposium or event. For example, in artist talks, or we have academic speakers coming, student papers could be presented, and also part of professional practice is to undertake relevant work experience. So, for example, volunteering or placements. Yeah, so we can help you with finding a placement if this is something that you want to do. Study support. So we are a small university, but the advantages of this are that we really have the facilities to support our students in many, many ways. And there is, of course, the support that you get from your tutors in the classroom. So we have very, very in-depth exam and assignment preparation. We look at the assignment briefs at the very beginning of an element. Then we can offer individual tutorials because we're not that big and our cohorts are not that big. We can really get to know our students, and we can see our students as often as they need you. And there's really this individual support that is very, very important for us. Exam briefing and preparation are an important support mechanism as well. We do student presentations on the special study topic in year 2. Just because presentations are so important in the workplace these days, and our students start straight away in the first year with presenting to either the tutor or to other students, to their peers. We do a special study proposal in the second year. Yeah, so I already talked about this, that we start early thinking about what will happen in the third year, and students will write an assignment, a proposal, to really, really think about what they want to do as for their special study. We give very, very detailed feedback after each assignment, and yeah, so that's very important, of course, for the academic, the development of academic skills. And we also have in the university a very, very good and dedicated student support and well-being team. So whenever there's a student needs support for various reasons, because they are maybe struggling with their mental health, or because they maybe have issues with dyslexia, or whatever it is, the colleagues in the student development and well-being team are very, very good and can help and are practically helping our students on a daily basis. Oh, my slide's not moving. Bear with me. Just a second. Good, here we are. Apologies for this. So field visits, study trips, and guest lectures. some of you might be familiar with Liverpool and might know Liverpool quite well. So we are in a very, very fortunate position here because Liverpool is home to more museums and galleries than any other city, UK city outside London. We have UNESCO World Heritage. So it's an amazing, a wonderful city to be a student in. Collections are designated world class, and I already mentioned that we take our students very, very frequently to the museums and galleries in the city and in the region. We have exclusive partnerships with some institutions, for example, National Museums Liverpool and Tate Liverpool as well. So when we take students there, we make sure that we split the group up. So we really have a small group conversations in front of the artworks that relate normally to the topics that we have discussed in the classroom. Yeah, so we have our lectures and seminars in the classroom, and then we, so to say, we apply them practically in the gallery setting. We try to go to other places as well. So very recently we visited the John Rylands Library in Manchester, or other museums in Manchester. So we try to arrange this if possible. We get a coach and then take students just a little bit further, so just to broaden their horizon and see new places and new institutions, art institutions. I mentioned the international field trips. Yeah, so we do them as well on an annually basis. And we have guest lectures. I mentioned these from high-profile museum and gallery professionals. Good. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So here, before I start this, I just wanted to share with you a quick video that I have recorded in our special collections at Hope Park. And normally we take our students to the special collections after they've had a lecture on illuminated manuscripts, because we have this beautiful collection of manuscripts, in our own library. And because it was not possible this year to take the students there, I recorded this video for them, and I just want to show you 5 minutes or so you get a little bit of a feeling for what we're doing with our students, although you don't see the students here in the study room, but normally this is where you would be sitting. So I will share with you just a couple of minutes, so just to give you a little bit more of an insight. To the special collections at the Shepherd Warlock Library at Hope Park. I am here with some beautiful little books and other kind of objects, I would call them. Normally we would be here together and you would be sitting around this table and you would be able to look at all these fantastic little things in person. But because we can't do it this year, I came here today to the special collections to have a look at those works, and we will film and photograph them, and to at least give you some idea of how they look like and how beautiful they are. So you will have already seen a little introduction by our special collections manager, librarian, Karen Backhouse, about how to handle those objects, how to deal with them, because as you know they are very, very fragile. If you listen to my lecture a few weeks ago, then you will remember this. So they're very fragile. It's something very, very special that we are able to come here to look at them, to touch them, and to see them. So in most collections, libraries, museums, normal people, not even researchers, would be allowed to look at the originals or to hold them, to handle them. But here we are allowed to do this, and it is something very, very special. So you are able, or you will be able to come here individually if you wanted to. You can book an appointment with Karen Backhouse and come here, ask for example, those books here, and you could look at them. Yeah, so this is possible, but we can't come here with the whole group, unfortunately. So I just want to say a few words about the collection. Karen has already mentioned this in her introductory talk. These books and objects are from the Radcliffe collection, and the Radcliffe collection is owned by the Anglican Cathedral, Liverpool Anglican Cathedral. But because they don't have the means to look after those books in the proper way, they've given the collection to us, to the library, and we are the custodians now. The library is the librarians here are the custodians of those books and looking after them. But because the Radcliffe collection was given to us, we are allowed to use them for study, for our students to work with them. So again, it's something very, very special. So what I'll do now, I'll just walk around the table with you so you get a good idea of each object. I will say a few words about them, and then we will also take screenshots, photographs, and so you can get some tasks afterwards that you can have a close look and do some individual work on these objects. Good, so this beautiful little book here is a book of hours. Yes, if you remember, we talked about book of hours. They were used for the liturgical hours of the day. So the morning, you could start in the morning, have a prayer at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then it would go through the day, kind of accompanying the day with prayers. So this. Good. So I stop here because if you come to study with us, you will, of course, go with us to the special collections at Hope Park, and you will see these books. You will be able to hold them and handle them. But just to give you a little bit of an insight, and here I have a quote by one of our students. Our students normally really like this. This visit, simply because everybody knows what to expect when you go to a gallery, when you go to a museum, special exhibition. You kind of know what to expect, but when we go to the special collections, to see those manuscripts and to hold them, to handle them, to see them so up close in their sheer beauty, this is something students don't really expect, and so they're quite blown away really when they're there and then afterwards. So Bryony here said, I absolutely loved the visit to the special collections. I especially enjoyed looking through the various books of ours that were on show. They are beautiful. It's so great that the university has collections like this for us to study and take our degree that little bit further. Being able to go on these visits takes the lectures to a new level of learning. Okay, so I just wanted to share this with you because it's really a highlight of the first year. Good. So to conclude, I just want to talk a little bit about, well, what can you do with your art and design history degree? Because this, of course, is a very, very big question, and you want to find a job afterwards. You want to work. You want to find a job that fulfills you, that you love, and so what can you do with this degree? I thought I include the QAA Art History Benchmark statement here for you. And it says that art history graduates are well equipped to take up careers in arts and heritage management, in galleries and museums and archives, in journalism and the media, in publishing, and in a wide range of positions in and around the creative arts and industries. Yeah, so I think this quote is really good because it shows the variety of opportunities that we have in our, to work with our profession. So, really, it's museums, galleries, art centers that most people go into and work, but also education, of course, is very, very important. So education in schools. And in college, in university, of course, auction houses, just to mention those as well. I have a very good friend in Berlin who's an art historian who works in an auction house. And of course, you can also, or many of those who finish an art and design history undergraduate degree go into further study. So, for example, do an MA or do a PhD if you really, if this is what you want to do. And of course, this also increases your work, employment chances afterwards. I have no idea why my slides are not moving. Right, okay. Well, this was already my last slide, so I apologize about this little technical glitch. I think we all have to deal with this in one way or another these days when everything happens in Zoom and through virtual um, facilities. So thank you very, very much for your time. Thank you for listening. And yeah, so here's my email again, wagnerk@hope.ac.uk. If you have any questions, I very, very much hope to meet you sometime in the future, and I would love to welcome you at Hope University. Thank you very much.